Hi and welcome to Sonia's Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to use a flower loom. These are called the Hana Ami Flower Loom, I think it's pronounced. It's Hana-Ami Flower Loom. So if I pronounce that wrong, please tell me in the comments. So basically you get this little container and inside are different looms. So you get three circular ones, three different size circular ones. And then you get this one, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Then you get two square ones, and then you get your centerpiece. Now you have to decide which one you're using, and then that one works on the frame. So today we're going to use the larger round one, so you just slot it into the frame. Find where it sits, there we go. So move the others out of the way a minute. Okay, to use this you'll just need your loom, some yarn and a yarn needle. It comes with a yarn needle, but I lost the one that I had, so I have a different one. What you're going to do is start with poking this. See these little slots down here? You poke the end of your yarn down and that can hook in this. See this little slip here? You make a little knot. It doesn't have to be a brilliant knot, just a little slip knot do, so you can undo it later. And then when you pop that in, the knot catches on it there and holds it in place. So it's just caught into that little bit, and that prevents it coming off for you. It's not a 100% secure method, but it works well enough. So what we do is we go up to the top one, that's obviously, then we go round that one and back round. Now you could just hold it down and move around, but I like to turn the loom as I go, I find it easier. So I'm going to go across that one, and now we're going to go up to this one, turn it around, down to this one, turn it around, this one. So we're always going to the next one along, turning it around, go to the next one. You're going to do this all the way around. It doesn't matter which way you turn it, it's a personal preference, but I do it this way. As I said, you can just weave the yarn around, but I find it easier to turn the object. I'm just going to keep going around until we've completed every single loop around here. There you go. So I've now finished it and come to the end here. Ooh, just noticed I went through caught it there. Let's just pick that off and do that, and that you can tighten up so they only have one loop around each one at this point. Now you could leave it at this point and start securing it, or if you like you can do a second layer petals, which is what I'm going to do, because I think it makes a fuller flower if you have at least 2 layers of petals. So you just continue like you started, going around each one until each one of these has 2 threads on it. So as you can see, as we're going around, that has 2. So you can see we've done that one and we're doing this one. So when you've got round all of them with 2 on, then we will secure it off. Okay, and now we're back to the beginning again, because that's now the next one. So they've all got one. That one you don't want to wrap around these because they've all got two around them now. So that's 2 flowers around. You can see the middle's forming, but we'll secure that later, don't worry about that. And you could leave it there and just have that tied in, or you could do another round and that will actually finish off at the same end as the one you started. So that's what we're going to do. So again, just work around, and this time making sure you've got 3 on each one. And there we go, we're back down to this one, back to where we started, and if we haven't missed any, you'll see that each one has 3 loops, which is 3 petals, and this will give a nice full flower. So each one has 3, so make sure all of them push down so it's nice and secure, and then you'll want to snip your yarn and just hook it in with this one so that it doesn't come loose for the minute. So just poke it on down, hook it in. Okay, to work through the middle here, just grab a length of yarn and pop it on your needle, and then you want to come in from the bottom, use the circle here and go through to the middle, aim for the middle as close as you can, and pull your thread through. If it gets a little tangled, just give it a pull. Leave a reasonable end because you can always cut it off at the end, so just tuck it in. And what I'm going to do is, you got in the actual petals in line with these, and you have in between the petals. First round you're going to go in the petals, so in each one of these. So now you've got in the middle, you're going to go in this one, and you want to go in at a slight angle so that you can come out through the hole. Just give that a pull. You want to unhook it from here. Once you've got the first couple in, you can pull harder, but until that point you want to think so. You've gone down through there, so you want to come back up through the hole and go through where you first came up in the middle there. So just hook it through. And give it a good pull to make sure you've got all of it through. But making sure you leave a reasonable length of yarn so you don't accidentally pull it out. So we went through that one there last, so first one we'll go through next is this one. Again, aim for the middle so that you're coming out the middle here. Just unhook that and give it a little pull, and that's your second one in. As you get in further, you can give them a bit of a tighter pull. So again, up through the middle. And we went in that one last, so we're going to go in this one. And then down through the middle. Oop. Try not to accidentally pull your thread off. Again, we're going up through the middle. And we've done that one last, so we're on this one now. you see we're now at the last one, so we're just going to pull that one down and through. Okay, so we've now gone in the middle of each one of these around, so now we're going to go in between each one. So go up through your middle as usual. Up to middle. So this is where you started. What you want to do now is go in between these two and down. As usual, up through the middle. So you went in between those two last time, so now you're going to go in between these two. And again, you're going to do this all the way around. And this just makes sure that your petals are fully secure as you go. So that way when you take it off, it doesn't fall apart. If you're not sure where you got to, just run your needle down and you can see if there's one in line with it. You can see they're in line. You know you've done them, and if you go through and there isn't one in line, you know that's where you need to go next. You'll start to spot easily the ones that are crossing over here. They're the ones that you haven't done yet because the cross needs to be pushed all the way down. See, as these ones don't have a cross because they've already been done and pushed down, these ones will cross each other. So you're just looking for the next one that needs to have the cross pushed down. Okay, so we have a look and check we've gone through them all. And I like to finish off in the first one we started on. So we've just done that one. So go back into this one where we started. And that just puts our yarn on the underside where we want it. So on that side, take your two ends that you started with and you just tie them in a little knot, and then you can weave them in later. And take these two. Okay, so these ones here, once you've got them off, what you do is poke them down too. So either grab a crochet hook or your needle and just take one at a time, pop it on there and just thread it down through the closest one it's at and pull it on through there. Do the same with this one. Look at the closest one for it to go down, which is this one. Thread it on down through to the middle, pull it through. Once you've got those two through, do the same thing, tie them in a little knot, and you can weave the ends in later. You could just weave them in without tying a knot, but I like to make sure they're quite secure. And most people would be making these wouldn't see the back because they'll go onto a blanket or a brooch or something. So when you've got them, just snip off, leaving enough to weave in the ends. Turn it over and pop it off your frame, and then just ease it up all the way around. By easing it up and not just pulling it, you'll keep the petals more even. And there's your little things. Those ends you weave in later. There's your flower, which, as you can see, with all those loops, makes it a nice, pretty and full flower instead of just the one loop. And that's your middle. You could put a bead in the middle here, or a little button or gem, anything to make that look pretty, or just leave it how it is. And then you can weave those ends in underneath there so no one will see them, and then you can attach it to a headband, to a blanket, whatever you fancy.